Welcome. In this explainer, we're going to break down marketing strategy by thinking of it like a video game. And it's a game you can totally win, but only if you really know your battlefield. And that's your own company's internal environment.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. It's a tempting idea, isn't it? Find a company that's absolutely crushing it, copy their marketing playbook, and then just sit back and watch the money roll in. But, is it really that simple?
Yeah, not so fast. In the real world, that whole copy-paste approach is a total trap. Trying to use Nike's massive global mega-budget strategy for your little local bakery, it's kind of like entering a go-kart in a Formula One race. You know it's not going to end well. And here's why. A truly great marketing strategy isn't just found and copied, it's forged. You have to custom build it from the ground up, based on the unique guts of your own organization, its size, its sector, its culture. Your strategy has to fit your company like a glove. So before you can even think about a game plan, you've got to know who you are. So for level 1 of our little strategy game here, we're going to choose our player type. Are you a scrappy startup, a giant corporation, or maybe a mission-driven nonprofit? So this slide here breaks down the two main players you'll see in the private sector. On one side, you've got the small to medium enterprise, the SME. We're going to call them the agile ninja. They're fast, they've got fewer rules, but they're working with a limited budget. On the other side, the large corporation, the tank. They've got massive resources, but they're slower, more structured, and have tons of bureaucracy. A ninja can't fight like a tank, and a tank definitely can't move like a ninja. And this brings up another huge difference. What's the actual objective of the game? A private company is playing for profit, for market share, driven by shareholder pressure. But a public sector or nonprofit organization, they're playing for social impact. Their success is all about changing behaviors or delivering public value, and their pressure comes from public accountability. The marketing tactics for these two are just fundamentally different. Okay, so once you've picked your player, it's time for level 2, finding their unique special abilities. This is all about looking inside your organization and figuring out those core competencies that give you a real, honest-to-goodness edge. And we're not just guessing here, right? We're going to use a really powerful strategic tool called the VRIO framework. Think of it as a way to analyze your company's character sheet to find out which of its resources are just meh and which ones are genuine, game-winning superpowers. Now, VRIO, it stands for value, rarity, imitatability, and organization. It's basically a sequence of 4 questions we're going to ask about any resource or capability our company has, whether that's our brand reputation or our cool new technology. So the process is basically a series of yes or no questions. First up, is the resource valuable? If yes, awesome. If not, it's a competitive weakness. Next, is it rare? If it's valuable but everyone else has it, you're just keeping up. But if it is rare, now you've got a temporary advantage. Third, is it hard to imitate? Because if competitors can just copy you, that advantage won't last long. And finally, are you organized to capture its value? A fantastic resource is totally useless if your company isn't structured to actually exploit it. But if you can answer yes to all 4, boom, you found a superpower. Let's take Dyson, for example. Their core resource is world-class engineering innovation. So is it valuable? You bet. Rare? Absolutely. Hard to imitate? Yeah, it's protected by thousands of patents. And are they organized to use it? Their entire brand is literally built around it. It checks every single box, and that gives Dyson a sustained competitive advantage. That, my friends, is a true superpower. All right, final level. You know your player type, you've identified your superpowers. Now it's time to build your battle plan. And the most critical part of this whole stage is alignment, making sure that the promises you make in your marketing are promises your company can actually deliver on. Because when your marketing is out of sync with what your company can actually do in the real world, it is an absolute recipe for disaster. You end up creating expectations you just can't meet, which leads to disappointed customers and a wrecked reputation. It's an instant game over. A classic example of this is the great KFC chicken crisis back in 2018. Their marketing promise is super simple: hot, delicious fried chicken. But an internal decision to switch their logistics supplier backfired spectacularly. The new supplier just couldn't deliver, their operational capability failed, and hundreds of stores had to close. Even with a pretty brilliant apology ad, it was a total marketing nightmare that was born from internal misalignment. But on the flip side, when your marketing promise is perfectly backed up by your internal capabilities, you unlock a massive high score. This is really where the truly dominant brands are built. I mean, just look at Amazon Prime. Their whole promise of free 2-day delivery wasn't just some clever marketing slogan. No, it was the public face of a decade spent building one of the most sophisticated logistics networks on the entire planet. They built the internal capability first, and then they marketed the promise. And the result? A game-changing service that built incredible customer loyalty. So, there you have it. We've navigated the levels, we understand why context is so important, and we've learned how to align what you can do with what you promise. The path to a winning marketing strategy is actually pretty clear. It all boils down to this simple 3-step game plan. First, know your player. Really understand the context of your organization. Second, find your superpower. Use that VRIO framework to pinpoint your unique advantages. And third, align your plan. Build your marketing around promises you know you can deliver on every single time. So now it's your turn to play. Take a good, hard look at your own organization's internal battlefield. What's your player type? What's your real superpower? And how are you going to build a marketing strategy that uses it to go out there and win the game? Good luck.